Tonight, thousands take in an annual holiday celebration making its way through the city.
I wish you a Merry Christmas!
The Help Santa Toy Parade returns for another year. Mark Carney in Africa for his first G20 summit as Prime Minister.
It's great to have the moments face to face. We got a lot to catch up on.
Carney looking to leverage FaceTime with world leaders to push for investment in Canada and new partnerships. And water concerns in Pembroke.
We're trying to get that message out, restrict, so instead of a bath, have a shower, all those sorts of things.
The city is working to fix a major water main break, and officials are calling on residents to conserve water. Good evening and thank you for joining us. Thousands of people lined the streets for the annual Help Santa Toy Parade today, moving along Queen Elizabeth Driveway on its new route. This is, of course, a highly anticipated event, and CTV's Kimberly Johnson was there. So, Kimberly, how did everything unfold this year?
Austin, the scene was one of all smiles, and why not? The event has been going on for decades, and with a visit from Santa himself, it's a chance to kick off the season and raise important funds to help out those in the community.
The sound of holiday music, joy,
I wish you a Merry Christmas!
and the man himself at the 56th annual Help Santa Toy Parade.
Jingle bells, jingle all the way.
The merriment has Nora Sakeley getting into the spirit. Being here with gifts to give is an annual tradition, says her mom, Misty Sakeley.
Just a nice way to give back to the community and start the festiveness of the season and get the excitement going.
Moving along Queen Elizabeth Drive on its new route.
We're having lots of fun seeing all the different costumes.
Look over there. What is it?
A funny Santa car.
A funny Santa car. That's so funny.
It's hosted by the Ottawa Professional Firefighters Association. Firefighters collected cash donations as well as unwrapped toys to help deliver Christmas gifts to children through CTV and MOVE 100's Toy Mountain campaign.
Everybody's here having a good time. I mean, the team has come together at the end and the city's coming together for some fun, and everyone is excited.
The association says it's put on with the help of hundreds of volunteers. 65 floats,
Hasn't snowed a single flurry.
singers, and trucks, including Magic 100 and CTV Ottawa.
Hello, Merry Christmas! I like the decorations on the trucks. Candy cane. To see Santa! To see Santa!
Time for Christmas now, right?
The chance to make Christmas magic happen.
You can also catch Santa and Ottawa firefighters next weekend when they move through Orleans for the Santa's Parade of Lights, which starts at 6 p.m. Austin?
Yeah, tons of fun. And we saw some folks from our team there as well. Kimberly Fowler, we saw Jackie Perez, also Connor, our director in the control room. Not forgetting about you, buddy. Looked like a fun time. Kimberly, thank you very much for all of this. There was another festive parade today. This one was in Canada.
There's a really good community in Canada, and we're really excited to be here and donate to the Canada Food Cupboard.
Santa. All the floats going around and passing out candy.
A busy day for that man, the big man in red himself. He was buzzing around the city as you see him there, waving to all the children and parents that line the streets for this annual tradition. The parade started at 10 a.m. and it started from Holy Redeemer Church and it finished up at the Hazeldean Mall. Proceeds were raised for the Canada Food Cupboard to help those in need. A major water main break earlier this week in Pembroke left nearly 30 homes without running water. Tonight, water is flowing once again for most, but one long-term care home is still waiting, and the city is now asking everyone to limit their water usage. CTV's Josh Morano joins us live after talking to some residents in Pembroke today. And Josh, how's everyone holding up?
Yeah, Austin, some homeowners I spoke with today say they only noticed a lack of water pressure since the break Thursday night. The city says crews have been working non-stop, but even with most homes reconnected, the system is fragile, and one facility is still relying on bottled water for possibly another 2 weeks.
Over here.
Joseph Hall says he was surprised to see city crews working outside of his house.
The guys talked to me right away, told me that they were without power water, and the main was broke.
His was one of nearly 30 homes in Pembroke where the water supply ran dry due to a water main break on Thursday.
I actually showed up from work, and there was cars all parked over here. There was 3 things of water sitting on my porch with a note and a bunch of stuff.
The water pressure's been a bit wonky, but that's all affected us here. We haven't had to turn, we haven't gone without water at all.
The break impacting some homes along Pembroke Street West, where the main pipe is located, including Miramichi Lodge, a long-term care facility still without water.
Through external community partners and our own emergency services department, we were able to secure water and all other kinds of beverages to ensure that we're able to cook and provide hydration to our residents.
The city of Pembroke has stepped to the plate to ensure that they get some potable water, in addition to the fire department ensuring that they have non-potable water for baths and things like that.
The city says it could take up to 2 weeks until the main is repaired because it requires specialized material.
This is definitely maintainable. It's not ideal, but the city is going to be supplying us with drinkable water throughout the duration of the repair.
In the meantime, the city is asking residents to conserve water.
We're trying to get that message out, restrict, so instead of a bath, have a shower, all those sorts of things. Try and reduce your consumption because it is the main trunk.
Now that his water is back on, Hall says he'll do whatever he can to help the lodge during this difficult time.
They're down and they're out, but I'm going to take the water that I have extra over there today, so it's going to be it'll be all right. They'll get back in a few weeks.
It's still unclear what exactly led to the main break, but Jerva says he suspects it's due to age. In the meantime, he says he's been in contact with officials from neighboring communities such as Arnprior and Petawawa, who have offered assistance if needed. Austin.
Okay, Josh, thank you very much for this. CTV's Josh Morano reporting live for us tonight. Well, it's a cool day here in November after a pretty cool week, for averages at least. Usually we're sitting at around 3 or 4 degrees, but right now it is cooler than that, only slightly. It's 0 right now. We do have a daily low of -6, which is about 3-4 degrees below what we are usually at for this time of year. And you can see there on our map, we're one of the coldest areas in our region, Kingston and Trenton at just -1 tonight. So those will be the warm spots. But look at Tremblant, -10. A lot of people are kind of excited to see the cool temperatures in Tremblant. A little bit of snow would be nice for the ski and snowboard season as people start gearing up. And look at that, they might get their wish in short order. Tomorrow's high 2 degrees here in the nation's capital, some slushy conditions across the region, and you can see the snow expected to fall in Mont Tremblant, so we'll see how much accumulates, and hopefully that means that ski season is right around the corner. 2 degrees tomorrow in Gatineau. Ontario's serial killer, Dylan Millard, has been transferred to a medium security prison, prompting outrage from the families of the victims. Millard was convicted of first-degree murder in the deaths of Tim Bozeman in 2016, Laura Babcock in 2017, and his father, Wayne, in 2018. CTV's John Venavalli-Rao has the story.
Dylan Millard is one of the country's most notorious killers who murdered not only a former girlfriend, Laura Babcock, but also his own father and Tim Bosma, a complete stranger who was selling a pickup truck. After first being convicted almost a decade ago, Millard's been kept in a maximum security jail. But now Bosma's family say they've been notified he's been moved to medium security. In a statement, the family wrote, "We are disgusted by the news," calling Millard a psychopath monster, and writing Corrections Canada disregarded the feedback provided by our families in response to the possibility of such a move. They went on to say it's an abhorrent transgression, offending all manner of common sense.
Medium security does mean you have greater ability to interact with other prisoners, you have greater ability to engage in correctional programs, but it's no cakewalk, right? It's not like going to day camp.
Experts say it is understandable that the families of the victims would be upset, but say an eventual move to medium security is typical in a system designed with the idea that inmates may eventually be released. There was national outrage 2 years ago over a similar transfer involving serial killer Paul Bernardo. In a statement, the Correctional Service wrote, "We engage with victims at various points of an offender's sentence and provide them with opportunities to voice their concerns, which are considered. Adding in all our decisions, public safety remains our paramount consideration." Experts say whether a prisoner remains in maximum or medium security is largely dictated by the risk they pose to other inmates and the public, and not the crimes they committed.
They're still locked up and safe from the community and not likely to escape.
As for Millard, corrections officials say he will be eligible to apply for day parole in 2036 and full parole in 2039. John Vanavelli-Rouse, CTV News, Toronto.
Well, the Ottawa Charge are preparing for their season opener tonight at TD Place Arena. The Charge hosting the New York Sirens this evening. Puck drop is set for 7 o'clock. Last year, Ottawa finished third in the PWHL's regular season standings. They did go all the way to the finals, however, and they did unfortunately fall to the Minnesota Frost in that final series. And while the big Christmas markets are underway at Lansdowne and at the Byward Market, there are some others taking place outside of the city that are drawing people in from all over and encouraging those that are interested in holiday shopping to shop local. CTV's Camille Wilson checked out a few of those spots today and joins us live. Camille.
Austin, the Christmas season is rolling around, and Christmas markets are highlights to everyone. The highlights to get everyone into the joyous season, and for some, shopping for others sometimes can lead to shopping for yourself.
Thank you. Stephanie Gilman is working on her Christmas list and checking it twice, but before she starts buying gifts for loved ones, she's treating herself to something nice.
This gnome that I bought, I'm going to buy, really spoke to me. Very, very cute. It's going to look perfect outside my door.
Gilman, who says she started the gnome thing for summer decorations, and she's happy to have picked up another to add to her collection from the Christmas market at Watson's Mill.
I sort of expanded my garden and said it needed a little something, so now I'm completely into gnomes.
An annual event at Watson's Mill spread out between 3 historic buildings with about 35 vendors and a used bookstore.
It's also a fundraiser for our organization. So the building you see behind me was built in 1860 and requires a lot of upkeep because it's still a functioning flour mill. We use water power from the river to make it run.
Yeah. I like getting puzzles and stuff. Yeah, they have a good variety of everything here.
And more crafts at St. Patrick's 10th Artisan and Craft Show with more than 100 local vendors.
We tried to make it very Christmassy in here and just to really help support our school community.
All proceeds go towards our school programming here, specifically for the arts this year. We both run our school's drama program, and our musical this year happens in April. So this helps us out with that and also fund some scholarships.
Jewelry, festive stockings, personalized gifts, crocheted items out of milk bags, students doing face paintings, and even favorite team lights.
Ordered a custom light sign from this vendor here, so I'm going to have my own team logo, the Miami Hurricanes.
All making for great gifts and stocking stuffers, but even though Gilman isn't ready to shop for family yet, she's still looking forward to the best present of all.
The holidays for me are about family and getting together, having a good meal, having some fun together.
These artisan markets are such great places to see personality and passion put into these creative pieces, adding to the uniqueness of each one. The St. Patrick's Show runs until November 29th, and Watson's Mill runs until December 7th. Austin.
Camille, thank you very much for this. I know it's the 22nd of November, so for me, it'll be probably about a month until I start my Christmas shopping, but I appreciate this, Camille. Thank you very much.
For sure.
Still ahead, the search for a grizzly bear is underway in Bella Coola, BC, after it attacked a group of elementary students. But before we go to break, there's a live look through our Centennial Glass Skycam. It is currently 0 degrees. Conservation officers are searching for a grizzly bear after it attacked a group of elementary school students and teachers. It happened in a remote BC community earlier this week, leading to a traumatic experience for all those involved. CTV's Craig Krause has the latest.
A community still in shock.
My heart and my healing strength go out to them.
Towards the group of elementary school students and their teacher who were attacked by a grizzly bear while out on a field trip Thursday afternoon.
I am worried about my granddaughter.
The grandmother of one of the children critically injured speaking to CTV News as the 9-year-old undergoes surgery in Vancouver.
She has a fractured shoulder, fractured elbow, and a fractured ankle. Ankle and arm will have to have pins put in them.
A road to recovery ahead, but the physical and emotional scars will remain.
We don't want anybody to go through this alone.
The New Elk Nation swiftly implementing counseling and other services alongside Vancouver Coastal Health, First Nations Health Authority, and the Indian Residential School Survivors Society.
It was just such a traumatic event that involved so many people and a lot of other agencies that had to come in to support.
As for the bear, it remains at large. BC Conservation says traps have been set up and cameras are being installed, but no decision has been made on whether to euthanize the bear if it is caught. A concern for some, as anxiety is high.
This was like a lightning strike, and it's not a time to lock and load and start shooting at the sky.
BC Conservation says the goal is to get the bear to act naturally, and that's more likely to happen if people stay out of the area. Craig Crow, CTV News, Bella Coola.
Turning now to Brampton, where more than 48 hours after a blaze tore through a home, search and recovery efforts continue for 2 people, including a young child who remains missing in the blaze that has already claimed the lives of 3 people. CTV's Beth McDonnell has the latest.
Heavy machinery picks away at the fire-ravaged home piece by piece as the investigation and search for 2 accounted people, one a toddler, continues.
There's no specific word or specific feeling you can express looking at it because we saw it live happening.
This man who lives nearby says he was among the people who stood outside early Thursday morning and saw the flames and smoke. He says he watched a young boy escape from a 2nd-floor window.
I think the kid looked like not older than 4 or 5 years old. But just seeing him, people were screaming, the neighbors and stuff. But it's just that it's devastating.
Brampton officials say in all 11 people were caught up in the fire, which is near McLaughlin and Mayfield roads. While 2 people from the basement were unharmed, 4 on the upper floors somehow managed to get out with critical injuries, and 3 people died. Yesterday, the remains of an adult were recovered. Peel police say given the unpredictability of the search, it's not clear when the next update or possible recovery of others will come. Today, officials say their thoughts remain with all those affected by this tragedy and extend their sincere wishes for a full and swift recovery to those in hospital. A message of support as the trauma of the fire for so many in the community is still raw. Some have been gathering outside the home to show support or in the hopes of getting more information.
Everybody's really sad about it, and everybody's still pretty confused on how the fire happened, so that's the main concern at the moment right now.
It's very, very sad because too many people, we worry about how many people stay there and how many still missing.
Many questions remain about what started the fire. Brampton's mayor says the home was owned by an absentee landlord and wasn't licensed to have multiple tenants. Beth McDonnell, CTV News.
Today in Johannesburg, Mark Carney participated in his first G20 summit as Prime Minister, where he leveraged FaceTime with world leaders to push his investment agenda and to lock in new partnerships. CTV's Rachel Aiello is traveling with the Prime Minister, and she has the latest.
Canada. Mark Carney made his G20 debut today, attending his first Leader Summit as Prime Minister. Taking place for the first time on the African continent, world leaders gathered to discuss inclusive growth, debt transparency, and disaster mitigation.
We view addressing climate change as a moral duty, but also a commercial imperative.
South Africa's president opened the summit, emphasizing the need to find common solutions.
This is important in an interconnected world where the challenge faced by one nation affects all other nations.
And ended the day securing a joint leaders declaration. The host country pushing ahead, despite the largest number of leader no-shows of any G20. Among them, U.S. President Donald Trump.
South Africa shouldn't even be in the G's anymore.
With the Americans absent, Foreign Affairs Minister Anita Anand said she's using this opportunity to advance Canada's interests with other leaders.
There are the formal and informal conversations and decisions that are taken amongst leaders. And so this is a good day for multilateralism generally.
An example of that multi-leader cooperation, a sideline meeting of several allied countries, including Canada, the UK, France, and Germany, to talk about Trump's proposed Ukraine peace plan.
Time is not on Ukraine's side or the coalition of the willing side right now.
No, it's great to have the moments face-to-face. We got a lot to catch up on.
Carney also held several one-on-ones today and secured a new trilateral partnership on innovation and technology with Australia and India. Though while the Prime Minister is drumming up more deals and investments for Canada, Canada has just cut how much it's investing in international aid at a time when Africa is asking for more.
With the retreat of so many of Africa's development partners over the recent years, we sometimes wonder if people are as concerned or as invested in Africa's development and what it poses, not just for African people, but for the world.
Minister Anand said Canada remains a major foreign aid donor, and she is committed to enhancing engagement with Africa. But there is no funding set aside for Canada's official Africa strategy. Rachel Aiello, CTV News, Johannesburg.
And as the Prime Minister looks to build on his diplomatic ties with his G20 counterparts, here at home, Canada's Public Safety Minister is meeting with ministers from countries in the Group of 7. The two-day meeting is taking place in Ottawa today with a focus on defense and other issues, including the smuggling of drugs, migrants, and online cybercrime. Part of the agenda also includes building on energy security. And the Halifax International Security Forum continues this weekend as well, bringing in leaders and stakeholders from across the globe.
There is a tremendous amount of discussion happening in the hallways, in the set pieces here at Halifax, and a general feeling of at least pointing in the right direction. And from a Canadian perspective, the investments that are proposed, the opportunity that exists for Canada to play a more significant role, I think has never been higher.
The event opened on Friday and it will continue until tomorrow. The theme for the event this year is democracy, as well as ongoing issues like the war in Ukraine, the conflict in Gaza, and global trade. 9 U.S. senators are attending, but no officials from the Trump administration are expected. And Ontario's representative in Washington, David Patterson, told CTV Question Period host Vashi Capellos he hopes he can move forward with the U.S. ambassador to Canada after the two had an altercation last month.
Let's just say I signed my Christmas card to him yesterday, so I hope he's feeling better. I think what's really important is getting on with the discussions on trade. And of course, we want our ambassadors to be a really important part of that. And so hopefully we can turn the corner and, not respond to that. As I'd say, my mama taught me better.
As the trade war between the two countries continues, talks remain on pause after the Ontario government aired its anti-tariff ad in the U.S. last month, which angered President Donald Trump and led to him terminating negotiations.
A lot of us, we came here for the program, for the prestige of McGill University, to run with this name on our singlet.
Still ahead, hundreds of student athletes at McGill University may soon be without a sport to play. The university says it's shutting down more than 24 teams for the 2026-27 season. The Bell Media building is lit up. It's bigger and it is brighter this year thanks to our good friends at Christmas Decor from Nutrilon. And when you start to see those Christmas lights, you also start to see the frost and the ice beginning to build up, and that's definitely the case over the next couple of days here as we take another look at the weather forecast. A little bit of activity on our satellite radar, albeit quite light. We had some cloud cover earlier in the day, but we are first going to take a look, as we always do, out of the East Coast. 5 degrees right now in St. John's, much warmer than we are here in the capital. It's 4 degrees in Halifax. They got a little bit of rain to contest with over the course of today. Right now, we have dropped. We're now at -1 degree. Toronto at 4. 4. Quebec City at -3. Out on the prairies, it's actually quite warm in Calgary. They may be dealing with a Chinook rolling through because 12 degrees for this time of year, well above seasonal for them. It's 0 right now in Edmonton. Vancouver at 11 degrees with some rain in the forecast. We're going to be dropping down to -6 tonight, so about 3-4 degrees below seasonal for this time of year before we warm up to tomorrow. For tomorrow at 2 degrees with a mix of some snow and some rain. Periods of snow in the Ottawa Valley. The low tonight is -5. They will get the snow a little bit earlier than we will. This evening, the valley will likely see some flurries. The Seaway -6 and 2 degrees is the high for tomorrow afternoon. So copy and paste Ottawa's conditions. That's what you get in the Seaway. So here's a look at the 7-day, and really the nice day is going to come on Monday. That's when we will be around the seasonal mark. 4 degrees is the high. Beautiful sunny conditions. And then the rain rolling in. Warming up, but rainy. 60% chance of showers on both Tuesday and Wednesday with highs of 7 and 8 degrees respectively, and then dropping below the freezing mark for Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. -7 the low on Friday and Saturday. So if you have an outdoor rink, it's going to be nice for you as you prepare to get out on the ice. McGill University has announced significant cuts to its athletic programs. A total of 25 varsity teams will not be returning next fall. And as CTV's Jack Richardson reports, for many young athletes, the cuts are devastating.
Hundreds of students at McGill have had their hearts ripped out.
This is just an absolute gut punch.
Probably the most heartbreaking news ever. I have no idea what we're going to do.
The university is shutting down more than 24 teams in its athletics department for the 2026-2027 season.
We felt largely it was out of the blue. We don't really understand why it happened. A lot of us, we came here for the program, for the prestige of McGill University, to run with this name on our singlet.
Men's and women's track and field is among the cuts.
I was quite blindsided. There wasn't any prior warning, especially considering what the track team has offered a lot of people and how long it's been here.
The program is one of the most historic in Canada, set to begin its 126th season, but this year's will now be its last.
Our head coach has been here for over 40 years, and it was a shock to him as well, which was really, hard for us to see.
These athletes feel like they've been robbed.
I came to McGill because I was promised that this was an institution that valued both academic and athletic excellence. Track and field was an enormous part of my decision as to where I went to university. To hear that my career could be over in 3 months if I don't leave Montreal or leave McGill, it's just hard to wrap my head around.
If they decide to stay at McGill, it will be a dramatic change in lifestyle for these students.
I definitely had to, work my life around practices and games and away games and all this kind of stuff. But next year, I won't have to do that, which it just sucks. Yeah, it's terrible.
But it's about more than just losing a team.
The track team is my family. My boyfriend's on the track team. He transferred to McGill to be on the track team. My roommates have been on the track team. All my best friends are on the track team. So this really is just my life.
McGill Athletics cited budget constraints and a lack of facility space for reasons why these programs are being cut, adding that the organization can no longer effectively manage them up to the university's standards. Jack Richardson, CTV News.
Ontario's education minister is facing criticism for withholding the results of standardized testing across the province. The government says the decision was made to take what it calls a deep dive into the numbers. CTV's Siobhan Morris has that story.
How many people had it in both?
It's the education system's annual report card. How well are kids grasping math, reading, and writing?
Soon we'll be releasing the EQAO results, so there's a lot more that has to happen in education to put it all back on the right path.
But the Education Quality and Accountability Office report is usually out earlier in the fall. The Minister of Education says he's been holding it back to do a deep dive and act on what he's seeing.
It's absolutely ridiculous. The minister could release the information and then still analyze it.
The Liberals say the system should be able to walk and chew gum.
I think he's hiding the results because the government's record in education isn't great.
Last year's EQAO results showed fewer students in grades 3 and 6 meeting literacy standards. Math scores were steady or slightly improving, but still low.
It's actually most importantly for kids, their educators, and their families so they can get the help that they need, if they need it, to learn.
The opposition calls this holdback part of a government pattern.
They do not think they need to be transparent with parents or with educators. They don't think they need to be accountable to us, and information sharing is something that is optional.
The Elementary Teachers Federation of Ontario describes EQAO results as just a snapshot of one day.
Wanting to take a deep dive or really understand what's happening with a one-time assessment tool is concerning.
Bell believes the minister's time would be better spent taking a whole-of-child approach.
It means smaller classes. It means investing in having more professionals in our classroom so that we have the proper mental health support, so that we have the proper professionals besides our educators in the building to help students be successful.
Siobhan Morris, CTV News.
Coming up, the holiday season is well underway here in the capital. We will recap last night's tree lighting in the Byward Market.
iHeartRadio Weekenders is powered by Barhaven Ford, Ottawa's newest and largest Ford store, and Eastern Ontario's Ford EV leader.
It's time now to check in with our iHeartRadio Weekender, Tanea Taylor. Tanea.
The Ottawa Christmas Market is back at Lansdowne. This is easily a crowd favorite with dozens of local vendors, live music, and a full Christmas setup. It's a great one to bring the whole family to or check out with some friends or maybe on a date. You'll also definitely be in the holiday spirit as soon as you step foot in Lansdowne, I promise. The Magic of Lights is also back this year at Wesley Plover Parks, proudly sponsored by CTV and MOVE 100, and in support of CHEO. It's a 2-kilometer drive-through with over 2 million themed scenes. It's a big highlight of the holiday season here in Ottawa, and it's great for the whole family. The kids have their chance to send their letters to Santa at the MOVE 100 station, so don't forget to stop by. And last on the list today is the Watson's Mill Christmas Craft Market. Head over to Manatic to start your Christmas shopping. With over 35 local vendors on site, unique gift ideas for you. Admission is by donation with a suggested donation of $2. Also, a reminder to dress for the weather. There are no heaters at Watson's Mill. It is a mill, after all. Lots more happening around the capital this weekend. For the full list and all the details, check ctvottawa.ca/weekenders. For the iHeartRadio Weekenders, I'm Tanea Taylor. Have a great one.
iHeartRadio Weekenders is powered by Barhaven Ford, Ottawa's newest and largest Ford store, and Eastern Ontario's Ford EV leader.
People crowded around the Byward Market last night for, you guessed it, a festive celebration. And in case you missed it, the original tree that they wanted to scrape the sky was stuck in transit. But as CTV's Camille Wilson tells us, for the crowds, this one did not seem to disappoint.
2, 1, the Byward Market tree took the spotlight at the annual tree lighting ceremony, kicking off the official start of the district's Christmas season. Camille Meunier is spending her second Christmas in Ottawa and says this is the perfect way to get in the spirit.
Really excited. My family is coming from France, so it will be fun.
Dozens of families gathered at the Byward Market Square, filled with a live DJ, a craft market, and a fire and light juggling performance. And going bigger this year with the first ever light show to help with the hype. Even Meunier's daughter was captivated by the show.
She loves seeing the lights.
Visitors can enjoy the district's nightly laser and projection light show twice daily at 5:30 and 7:30 p.m. until January 1st, 2026.
But every time I see like colorful lights, I get some kind of beautiful vibe.
We don't often get to come downtown, but it's fun to do it. So we're here to enjoy that.
The energy is there. I'm really excited to see that people came out. We had to expand this year and close the road to allow more pedestrian traffic. We're growing and growing each year, so it's great to see the crowd really fill in the space and prove that the people's hearts are still in Byward.
Some traveling from near and a few traveling from far say they feared missing out.
I came all the way from Toronto. I kept hearing about from my friends the Christmas market and how they're going to light the tree.
I'm very, very happy and excited because it's Christmas again and to celebrate another holiday.
It's just such a good start to the season.
And there's a new program coming this year.
In February, we'll be hosting La Tribu with Barbara Gazy, which is a high-end extreme sports events that will be hosted in the Byward Market over the second weekend in Winterlude this next year.
And while Meunier is looking forward to getting together with family, she's hoping for a couple of things.
We hope there's some snow, so they see Christmas under the snow. And we hope we can go ice skating.
Camille Wilson, CTV News.
Still to come, Rideau Hall unveils a new refrigerated ice surface today at the Heritage Skating Rink. We'll have those details plus more of the stories you need to know about when we come back.
The magic of the holidays is here, and this year the need is greater than ever.
Let's ensure every child in our community feels the joy with CTV and Move 100's Toy Mountain.
Together with the Salvation Army, we can help spread cheer and make a child's wish come true.
Drop off any new unwrapped toy to the designated drop-off locations or make a monetary donation online.
For all the details, visit toymountain.ca, presented by Donnelly Automotive Group.
In tonight's Big Picture, a NASA astronaut captured a dazzling display of her view of the northern lights from the International Space Station. Take a look at that. Imagine that being your view when you look out the window. Auroras have been spotted more frequently recently because the sun is at its 11-year peak, known as solar maximum. As a result, more frequent and vivid aurora displays are expected through the rest of this year. Amazing. And for some of the stories, the other stories that you need to know right now, we want to bring in CTV's Kimberly Fowler. Kimberly.
Well, Austin, people in the city had another chance today to ask questions and share feedback on the city's latest budget.
Budget season at the city, so we're asking people for their feedback on the city budget, but really just any kind of feedback or questions they have about anything happening in the city right now.
Ottawa Councillor Glenn Gower held an information session in Stittsville today at the No Frills on Ivor Road ahead of the city's next budget meeting. Now, the pop-up event allowed residents to take a budget survey, ask questions, and share feedback on issues. The next event will be held on November 29th from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m., but the location hasn't been announced yet.
We've become that nation of skaters because of the frozen ponds, the lakes, the sloughs, and the backyard rinks. How fitting that in Canada, at the home of the Governor-General of Canada, there's a backyard rink open to all Canadians.
Rideau Hall welcomed skaters today on the new refrigerated ice surface at the Heritage Skating Rink. His Excellency Whit Fraser officially opened the skating season, celebrating the 150-year tradition at Rideau Hall. With this new surface, visitors can enjoy skating from November to March, regardless of changing weather conditions. And the Ottawa Public Library's Osgood branch is celebrating its 100th year dedicated to service in the community. There are a number of family-friendly activities throughout the day, including a puppet show, magician, and crafts. Now, the branch moved into its current location in 1990, but it has a long history of support from the community since its beginnings in 1925.
Sanderson tipped in front, he scores! Drake Batherson with the redirect, and it's 3-2 Ottawa.
Now, the West Coast trip continues for the Ottawa Senators. Now, Thursday night, they outlasted the Ducks 3-2 there, and tonight they take on the San Jose Sharks. Now, neither team held a morning skate today, but the injured Brady Tkachuk did skate at Sens practice yesterday in a non-contact jersey. Puck drop for tonight's game is set for 7 o'clock.
Axberg cross ice for Eshkokogan. Eshkokogan over the line. Eshkokogan shot save made by Kershaw. Score!
And the Ottawa 67 scoring 3 goals in the third period last night en route to a 5-3 win over the Kitchener Rangers. It's a quick turnaround for the Barber Poles as they take on the Owen Sound Attack tonight. And again, that game also starts at 7 o'clock. 67s, they're on a tear for sure. They're winners of their last 10 of 11 games. Big night for hockey in the city.
A huge night for hockey. It's the best time of the year. Obviously, we mentioned earlier in the show as well, the Charge opening their season. So that is going to be a lot of fun. They're taking on the New York Sirens in, what time is it? About 10 minutes from now.
Lots of hockey.
Yeah, lots of hockey. And I want to point out as well, pretty exciting, the new Vancouver team, the Vancouver Golden Knights, they're going to be in town Wednesday night.
Yeah, and they won their first game last night in overtime. It was a very exciting game.
Exactly. So we'll be watching.
I'm the emotional support person for an elderly flamingo.
After the break, we'll share this story, details on an unlikely flourishing friendship. Plus, we'll recap today's top stories, and we'll have one last check at the weather forecast. Before we go to break, there's a live look through our Centennial Glass Skycam. It's currently sitting at 0 degrees.
Tonight, a tentative deal in time for the holidays.
Obviously, trust has dropped.
Can Canada Post deliver on expectations during the busy shipping season? That's later on CTV National News.
Get the latest live local breaking news. Sign up now for our morning and evening CTV News Ottawa newsletter. The best local content from CTV News, Your Morning Ottawa, and News Talk 580 CFRA. Get it all in one place. Sign up now at ctvnewsottawa.ca. The CTV News Ottawa newsletter is brought to you in part by CAA Business.
'Tis the season to lend a helping hand, Ottawa.
Join us for the CTV Your Morning Ottawa Food Drive on Friday, December 12th. We're teaming up with the Ottawa Food Bank to help our neighbors this holiday season.
Drop off your non-perishable food items at 87 George Street or make a monetary donation, allowing the Ottawa Food Bank to buy what's needed most when it's needed.
CTV Your Morning Ottawa Food Drive, December 12th, proudly sponsored by Doyle Saluski.
Hairstyles, courtesy of Salon Fiorella.
Here's a recap of the top local stories we're following right now. The annual Help Santa Toy Parade rolls through town as thousands line the streets. Residents in Pembroke are still being asked to conserve water as the city works to repair a major water main break in that community.
The Christmas markets are my favorite part of the season, so it's a highlight for me. It gets me in the vibe.
And getting into the holiday shopping spirit in and around the capital, we take you to some of the best Christmas markets that are currently underway in our region. Final check on your weather forecast, including your 7-day weather forecast now, expecting some a little bit of slushy conditions, a mix of snow and some rain to wake up to, and -3, so about 3-4 degrees below seasonal averages for this time of year. You can see we will be getting back to seasonal on Monday, 4 degrees, sunny conditions, and then a couple of days of rain on Tuesday and Wednesday, clearing on Thursday, but cooling from there. You can see those lows of -7 on both Friday and Saturday coming up. Finally for us tonight, we have the story of an unlikely friendship that is proving it's really never too late to open your arms or wings to a new pal.
CTV's Adam Sawaski explains.
When Travis Budgeon began working at the Butterfly Gardens, the horticulturalist met all sorts of bugs and one particular bird.
I noticed him and I kind of took a liking to him.
To Mango, a flamingo who had seemed heartbroken since losing his partner of 45 years.
We've had attempts of trying to pair him up with other aquatic birds to no avail, until the horticulturalist took on the task of having to feed the angry flamingo.
Despite looking pretty in pink, Mango is particularly prickly.
He'll attack the koi, he'll attack the butterflies.
And Travis was told he'll attack the staff.
Kind of an irritable old man.
And seeing as the flamingo was almost 50, which is double these birds' life expectancy in the wild, it was unlikely that Mango would change his ways. But Travis decided to give it a go.
I got nipped for quite some time, probably about 6 months of nips. Yeah.
Why did you keep going?
I'm stubborn.
And then one day, Travis noticed the mango would move around to watch wherever he was working. So the horticulturalist said hello, and the flamingo responded.
Hi, Bubby. So he trumpets as soon as I say his name. What do you think he's saying? I don't know. Hello, hello.
So Travis cautiously approached Mango, keeping his hands behind his back.
And he would start taking a step closer to me. So I took a step closer to him.
They kept stepping until it seemed like they couldn't get any closer. And then Mango showed him they could by leaning his full weight into Travis's body.
When you're considering an animal that spends 99% of his time on his feet, to find something to lean against is a huge trust factor.
And instead of nipping Travis, Mango started nuzzling him.
It's an honor. It's a real honor.
And now that Mango consistently cuddles his man, Travis has earned a new job title.
I am the emotional support person for an elderly flamingo.
While Mango has chosen Travis to be a member of his flock, Travis has accepted Mango as his feathered friend.
I find most creatures, like most people, are looking for a connection. And sometimes we need to just be aware and open to finding those connections.
Adam Sawatsky, CTV News, Central Saanich.
I love that story.
All right, that was super sweet. I was a little bit skeptical when you're explaining the story to me, but it's very cute.
Yeah, it's a great way to end the newscast, and I'll be honest, I'm a little bit jealous. Imagine having your best friend as a 50-year-old flamingo. I want one, for sure. I think most people would.
Funny story about flamingos. My uncle, the unicycle one.
Okay, this guy.
So outside of the house, they have a huge tree, and every year they decorate it for Christmas with flamingos. It started as a joke, but now everyone looks forward to it for the pink flamingos.
The pink flamingo tree guy.
Love it.
He's a man of many hats. We'll wait for the Disney movie on this friendship.
Yes.